The other is like extra. That one is not. I'll get back to you.
But you had to be there. You had to show up. I can't take it seriously.
Welcome to the 6th Annual University for Peace Model UN Conference. I'm really glad to see that we have a lot of delegates participating here, as well as company from the diplomatic corps, embassies, and different UN agencies. This afternoon, we're going to hear from 3 speakers: Dr. Abdallah, the Vice Rector for Academic Affairs of UPEACE, Dr. Islami, and Adriana Quiroz. And so I'll leave you with Dr. Abdallah.
It is really a great honor to stand here in front of all of you and to welcome you to one of the important events that we conduct every year at UPEACE. Of course, it is not surprising that the University for Peace, being a mandated university by the United Nations, would lead the effort in implementing and conducting a model UN every year.
This year, Upmunc will be focusing on a series of topics that are highly relevant for building world peace. During these 3 days, participants will simulate sessions of 3 different UN bodies: the Security Council, the Human Rights Council, and the Peace Building Commission. In the Security Council, the topic of Iran and nuclear proliferation will be addressed. As some of us had the opportunity to listen earlier in the presentation on the devastating effects of the atomic bombs that were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, we can begin to understand why it is important to prevent the misuse of nuclear power. In the Human Rights Council, participants will be addressing the topic of the use of torture during conflict situations. 2 major case studies, that of the treatment of prisoners in the Guantanamo and Abu Ghraib detention centers, will be closely examined. In a world that has constantly struggled to protect and promote human rights and at a universal level, one can clearly understand why it is impossible to look the other way at the use of torture and other cruel and inhuman punishments during times of conflicts. The Peace Building Commission will tackle the unresolved situation of post-conflict Afghanistan, which is often referred to as the Forgotten War. This fairly new UN body was created with the intention of providing advice to countries that are experiencing post-conflict situations, and to remind us that peace accords and ceasefires are not equal to the notion of peace, but the beginning of the hardest work, that towards sustainable peace. Upmunc provides participants with that environment to work on issues that affect us all, creating a learning environment and multicultural fora that emulate the real world. Upmunc creates the opportunity for participants to recognize the challenges that international relations pose, but especially the challenge of working in the United Nations. The objective of this Model UN is not about reaching resolutions, but that everyone learns in the process. The uniqueness of Upmunc lies in the fact that the participants are, in reality, from a variety of countries from around the world. Yet participants are mostly representing countries that are not their own, which implies a great amount of research and preparation. This preparation is not only collecting information. Participants have to role play. They have to represent this country at the fullest, and it's necessary for them to understand not only the positions and policies of this country, but the culture and the traditions that lie behind these policies. To better understand the world we are living in is a huge step towards global understanding, towards cultural sensitivity world, and that will be able to manage conflicts and the difference amongst us. Today, participants had a preview of what is to come. Hopefully, at the end of Upmunc, all of you participants will be able to realize the skills necessary to join the international community, be it as negotiators, diplomats, country officials, or just plainly citizens of the world. We stand today before a new generation of professionals, a new generation who has the opportunity to change the world. Here in front of us lies our hope for peace.
voice of the people. The world is watching you. The world is watching. History will judge.
1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want your bloody war.
1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want